It's a fucking nightmare, you bitch!
What is up, guys? It's me, TheGamingD, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty 2018. Now, I know, first of all, people are going to be like, wait, why are you already talking about this game? It hasn't even been announced. Like, what are you doing, you freaking idiot? I know it hasn't been announced on what it is, but we're pretty much guaranteed for it to be boots on the ground. Now, I want to talk about the things that they really need to do for this game to be great. Just like, I'd say, compared to the last boots on the ground game, other like Call of Duty Ghosts, I think World War II is, I'd have to say, way better than Ghost in a way. Maybe not the guns. I feel like Ghost was more balanced when it came to guns, mostly like submachine guns and assault rifles. It was more balanced in Ghost. Now there's always a Call of Duty where there's the one gun that's just OP as hell, and the people just use it all the time, non-stop, and it's crazy. But guys, I'm going to talk about things that they definitely need to change when it comes to Call of Duty 2018, whether it's a new Modern Warfare game, whether it's another Battlefield Black Ops game. Like, I heard it's going to be Black Ops 4, but it's going to be placed into the modern day. I don't know. Well, we're going to have to see, but anyways, let me just get right into this. So, first of all, I want to say that who is it that's making the next Call of Duty? It's Treyarch. Treyarch, they are amazing when it comes to Call of Duty games. Now, I think that they should not have a zombies game mode in the next Call of Duty, or I'd say the next two Call of Duties, because I feel like every year since since I think Black Ops 2, they have had some type of am I dumb? Zombies mode. They had, in Black Ops 2, they had zombies, obviously. They had, in Call of Duty Ghosts, they had the, the extinction mode or whatever, with like aliens instead of zombies. Advanced Warfare, they had their first ever, zombies in there. Black Ops 3 had zombies in it again. Then we got freaking Infinite Warfare, had zombies in it again. And World War II has zombies in it again. Yes, they did make it better in this year's COD, but I think they should completely remove the zombie mode from this year's game. Just because it will give the older game, so World War II is going to be the older game at the time, it's going to give it more of a replay value. So if people want to play zombies, they'll go back to Call of Duty World War II instead of picking up the new COD. So I think that's a really good idea, because you want people to keep buying your older games even after, like, years after, just so they can play certain game modes or certain maps and stuff like that. So I think they should not have a zombies game mode, but they should do something like they did back in Modern Warfare 3. Now, they used to have this thing called Special Ops. I don't know if anyone remembers this, but if you do, you're the real OG. I enjoyed Special Ops so much. Not as much on, like, I didn't really like it that much on Modern Warfare 3, but Modern Warfare 2, I've spent like days upon days, maybe like months, like up all night, like total time I'm talking about, like months, playing just Special Ops with like my stepbrother or like friends. They'd come over, like back in the day. This was a lot of fun, and I think it was very, very unique, and I think they should definitely bring it back. I think it'd give the game a different game mode instead of just being the same damn old thing. Story mode, zombies, multiplayer. Like, I think they should have something else in there, or if they want to have zombies, they should put a fourth game mode in there, like special ops, for people that don't like zombies and just want to keep playing more of like the story, for example. But yeah, I think they definitely should do that. Next thing they should do, obviously, they need to have another great story. Now, the last game that Treyarch made was Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 had a decent zombie mode, alright? Decent, not bad. The multiplayer was decent. I'd say it's the best one out of the boost jumping CODs, in my opinion. And then the story was just trash. Like, honestly, yeah, I think, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I did before the game came out. Like, I think it was like a week before the game came out, I went back and played Black Ops and Black Ops 2 because I wanted to refresh myself on the story, because I was like, alright, these guys are gonna continue the story because it's Black Ops 3. But no, they did not have it at all. It had nothing to do with the story at all. It was like 100 years in the future compared to Black Ops 2, and it had completely nothing to do. It made no sense. I honestly had to look up what the ending meant, and just come to find out, you're dead the whole time. You're just in like a simulation in your head or whatever. But yeah, they need to have another great story in a game. The best story in recent is obviously World War II, but before that, I'd have to say maybe Advanced Warfare. Surprisingly, just because I think Kevin Spacey as the bad guy he was a really good bad guy in that game, and just overall the story was great. And yeah, I think they need to have another great story like that, or going way back. Those stories were just incredible. Every year, just non-stop action and just great storytelling by the Call of Duty crew. And I think they should, again, make another great story. Then also, when it comes to the multiplayer, now the multiplayer, there's so many things that they could fix, like to be honest, they still have host migrations. Host migrations in 2018 is still most likely going to be a thing, but I am hoping they do not have that at all. Like, I don't know why they don't have dedicated servers by now, like all these other games do. They are still doing host migrations. We pay money now to play online for PlayStation players. We pay money now since PS4 has came out to have better online experience, and they have not done that at all, to be honest. Like, they need to figure out their stuff and get dedicated servers for this game, just so we're not having this host migration issue. Another thing, the guns, they need to balance them out way more. I feel like they need to focus more on the multiplayer than they do anything else, because the multiplayer is 99% the reason why most people get this game. Like, I work with a dude that bought the game just for the multiplayer, and he hasn't played COD in years. He hasn't played since like the Modern Warfare 2 days, and that was in like 2008, maybe 2007. It's been a long time since he's played, and he only got it because people have told him that the multiplayer was good on World War II. And they definitely need to do that with their guns. They need to balance them out so it's more fair. Like, we need to go back to the days where there wasn't one gun that everyone used. Like, let's go back to the Modern Warfare series. People were using every gun here and there you could think of. Freaking people were using the AA-12 in what was it, Modern Warfare 2, and that shotgun was like terrible unless it was like close ranged, and people were still using it. Like, people in this game, World War II, aren't really using all these different types of guns. Most of the people in the game are using the same gun or in the same gun class. But yeah, they definitely need to up the the host migrations for multiplayer, and they need to up the guns. They need to, focus on balancing the guns and making them way more fair than what they are. And I'd say the final thing, no, I'd say the second to final thing for multiplayer, they need to definitely make more multiplayer maps by default. I think Call of Duty World War II only has 8 maps, if I'm not mistaken. 8 multiplayer maps by default. That's without, like, DLC or anything. Like, or free maps, nothing. They need to have at least, like, 10 to 12, like, default maps. Maybe if they want to be generous, they could go 15. Like, I don't know why they couldn't just do that. All they got to do is take places from the story mode and turn it into a multiplayer map. And that's what they've done in the past, and that's what they could do right now in the present. But yeah, they need to do it. I got bored very quick of World War II just because of the multiplayer maps. I'm sick of playing the same maps over and over again, and I don't even know if I'm gonna buy the next or the first DLC, just because you're gonna be adding just 4 more maps onto it, and I don't know. I feel like they're not even gonna be that good of maps, so they definitely need to fix that. Another thing is kill streaks. They need to actually have kill streaks. I think back in the day it was very rewarding to see that you're going on a 25 kill streak, and it's legit. You're going on a 25 kill streak, gun streak. But now it's score streaks. You game everything via score. So if you just, the slightest things give you more score than others, I think they need to go back to the kill streaks. And another thing about that is, like, the kill streaks themselves, they need to upgrade them. They need to have more user controlled kill streaks, like what happened to the old attack helicopter that you could get up on and use the minigun on the top of it. They definitely need to fix their stuff when it comes to multiplayer, and they need to stop rewarding bad players. Like, I know I follow this guy for a long time. He's a YouTuber, White Boy 7th Street, and on Twitter all the time he complains and he talks about how he wants to make Call of Duty great again. And when World War II came out, he thought the solution was Call of Duty World War II. But come to find out, it wasn't. The kill streaks were not up to standard, like, to what he's used to, because he took a break from Call of Duty for like 3 years. He hasn't really played since Ghost, and Ghost, I feel, had better kill streaks overall than the newest game that's out. So they really need to up their kill streaks, and they need to stop rewarding terrible players. Now, what I mean by, like, stop rewarding terrible players is, for example, Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3 with the what are they called? The specialists. You're slowly gaining that throughout the game. You would definitely get it at least once through the game. If you're playing on Domination, you're most likely gonna get it twice, because you're gonna get it in the first half and you're gonna get it in the second half. And that's not, like, you could be doing, like, squat, you could be going like 5 and like 10, and you're still gonna be slowly getting it over time, and it doesn't show skill. Call of Duty is not a skill-based game anymore, and they need to go back to that, because if people want to, do this competitively, like, it needs to be a competitive game overall. It can be, but with things helping us, it's not really, it's not competitive. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the next Call of Duty. Just, if you agree with me at all, you guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me how you feel about this topic. Do you guys agree with me with all this stuff that, what needs to be in the next COD? Or do you have anything more to say to me when it comes to this topic. So if you do have more to say, tell me down below in the comments. If you need to, tweet me on Twitter at TheGamingD123. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and peace.